Our story doesn't begin or end with colonization as Indigenous people. There's so much effort to try and further erase our histories of place, thousands and thousands of years of history and knowledge of place, in order to continue to divest us from our lands, our waters, and our rights to live our ways of life and to be the most effective stewards that we are of the places that we're from. And as Indigenous people, we spend so much of our own time grappling with the aftermath of colonization and the ways that it continues to impact us and affect us and our own view of ourselves, and the ways that we show up in our families as parents, as aunties and uncles, as sons and daughters, to understand why things are the way that they are in our families and in our communities. And we're spending so much time grappling with the devastation that has been colonization, that we can forget the thousands and thousands of years of rich history and knowledge and brilliance that we come from. And so much of our responsibility right now is about reclaiming that rich knowledge and history. And I was thinking about that this morning and was remembering a talk that I heard by one of my most respected leaders and visionary people that I've had an opportunity to meet and learn from and be inspired by, and that is Ernestine Hayes. She is Lingít. Her Lingít name is Saankaláxt. Her book, The Tao of Raven, I've lost track of how many times I've bought and gifted that book, because I really wish it was required reading by everyone. She just has such a powerful way of helping us to understand our experience as Indigenous people, grappling with the histories that still live in us today. And I just wanted to share with you a couple of clips from that talk where she's speaking to the notion of prehistory and the things that we need to be thinking about in this moment in time.
Almost every source describes the long record of native use and occupation that took place before European contact as prehistory. Indigenous groups, however, possess histories of thousands of years of occupation and exodus, relocation and settlement, exploration and discovery, embedded throughout the generations in legal process, artistic declaration, symbolic regalia, and oral tradition, at least as accurately and in many cases more accurately than the European system of writing that has been used for so many years to remove rights and appropriate lands. We must always remember that before colonial contact, Native cultures possessed vigorous legal systems, effective educational systems, efficient health systems, elaborate social orders, elegant philosophical and intellectual insights, sophisticated kinship systems, complex languages, profitable trade systems, every social institution needed for a culture to flourish for thousands of years.
So beautiful, huh? The other reminder that she gave, and I'll show it next, is related to this pushback that we often get, where people say, yeah, you're going to fight against colonization, but it was colonization that helped you to be a modern person today. If you want to go back to being, who you were back then give us back our iPhones, give us our electricity, give us our guns and all of these things, as if somehow we would not have access to those things as modern Native people that were not colonized. So I love the way that she frames this too, and I think that it's a really good reminder to us to decenter Western perspectives of our own experience as Indigenous people.
We do well to remind ourselves that had the colonial invasion not taken place, Indigenous people would still be living in the 21st century. Our lives would still be modern. Paved roads, airports, and electricity would still occur. Some things would be different. We'd all be speaking our own languages. Our children would be receiving educations meant to lead to their success. We would not be so vulnerable to incarceration, alcoholism, poverty. We would be healthy. Gunalchéesh.
Modernity is often used as that weapon against us. So I really appreciate her reframe and reminder that as Indigenous people that have always adapted and evolved, we are perpetually modern Native people, but it could have looked incredibly different had it been on our own terms. So Gunalchéesh, so thankful to you, Ernestine, and to our visionary leaders that help us to reframe and understand our lived experience today and always as Indigenous people. We carry the responsibility of doing that forward.